Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to take a close look at Barbie BMR 1959. This edition is from the second wave, which was released in the US in June and now in the UK in early July. I have been on the hunt for this series for a while, since seeing it being reviewed by other YouTubers and Instagram posts, and I've been so excited, especially for this particular one. She is known on the listing as mesh t-shirt, plaid joggers and bucket hat. So they don't actually name the dolls anymore, and in fact on the bottom of the box there are codes instead. So the code on the bottom here is GNC48, and that is instinctive of the doll and how to identify them. Now they are all in a design where there's an illustration on the front, concept art on the front, and they are packaged in a recyclable, sustainable and shoebox style design. On the side it says BMR 1959, and when you reverse the box it will tell you some more information. So we can actually see here that it says Barbie BMR 1959 doll for ages 6 years to adult, and it comes with a doll stand and certificate of authenticity. It says here copyright of 2019, so I think that's because they were developed or designed, things like that, in 2019, but they have been released in 2020. Since the first wave we've had a bit of a wait, but that is to be expected, and at this time with everything that is going on, it's important to realize that patience is definitely a virtue, and things worth getting are worth the wait. And if you ask me, when you wait for something you appreciate it a bit more. So what we're going to do is have a little look on the Amazon website. So this is the app that I use, and I have a hair in the way, which is so annoying. This happens to me all the time. Now, so we're on the website here, and we can see here that that is how she is described: mesh t-shirt, plaid jogger and bucket hat. So there is actually no official names for these dolls. She does, however, have the midge face mold, but what we're going to do is tap on the picture and we're going to take a closer look at what she looks like. So this is her, and she has two different hair ties in the top in terms of colour. She's got like a yellow beige colour and then a blue colour, and that is to go along with the plaid joggers that she's got here. So when we look at her in box, we're going to go over the design and speak about it in a bit more detail. She has got painted fingernails. They all do have painted fingernails. And when we look at this closely, just to sort of hark back to the reflection of the doll, to me she reflects to me personally, because she's very much like me in terms of her eye shape, her eye colour being hazel, and the red liner that she's wearing as well, the eyelashes. There's a lot about this doll. The shape of her nose, really similar to me, is how I see myself. And we can just go a little bit further along. She's beautiful. She really is such a unique doll. I don't have beachy eyebrows though, that's not really my thing, but apart from that, yeah, she's lovely. And these bobber boots are amazing. Now, we take a closer look at those. Here, where the straps cross one another, in real life that would actually be black or metal, and this bit here would be coloured, and that bit at the bottom would be sort of like a wax style, in the style of a Doc Martin, if that makes any sense. And these laces would be different colours, but we'll go into that a wee bit more sort of in depth when we look at the doll. And that is them there. So if we take a closer look here at this, what we can actually see here is Each doll is sold separately, but on the Miswell website you can actually buy the 4 of them for a bundle deal, which is pretty good, but I'm not in the US, so I'm not going to pay additional money for shipping. She's on order, she's on order. I'm waiting for him to pop up on Amazon, and this is the one we're talking about just now. This is tall. This is the very first petite made to move doll. Seen really great pictures of her online, cannot wait to get her. Same for this one as well. The only thing that pissed me off this doll is the boots, and the only reason why the boots put me off is because her feet don't center right at the bottom. It's the only thing. And that is pretty much it. So let's go ahead and I will go on to the doll. So let's open her first of all. This is just so beautiful. Really do love her. And this is how she looks on the inside. So we can see here that she has some really nice and interesting makeup. Trying to get this to focus as best I can. So she has hazel eyes. They're not hazel, it's not green, it's not brown, but in certain lights hazel eyes can look really green. And she's got red eyeliner on, and that's my thing. Her shape of eyes, her eyelashes are really like mine. Her shape of nose as well. My face isn't as round as hers, and I don't have bushy eyebrows, but yeah, I can see a lot of myself within the personality and the look of this doll, and also her clothing. Don't wear a lot of those kind of hats though. However, her hair color is really similar. Her outfits, I could see myself easily wearing this outfit without a shadow of a doubt. Now, to go over the fashions and stuff like that, these boffer boots and these plaid joggers are originally from punk rock era. They're from like the 80s. If you think about, this is England, if you think about Sex Pistols, Vivienne Westwood, and then moving forward you're looking at something along the lines of The Prodigy. So really sort of like integrating those styles together, and they're still relevant in today's fashion. The boffer boots as well, exact same thing, but these would be more black, deeper colours, bright colours. That colour is really good, but I could see like a lot of variety and choice and being able to detail them more with acrylic paint. We could ask Mattel, or want them rather, to put more details on them, but if they do, production value, the cost in production for that is going to shoot through the roof. So do we want to pay for a doll and pay less for them and do it ourselves? I'm guessing we would. I know that some people pay more money for that, but remember, this is also so that kids can get their hands on them. And mums and dads aren't going to pay, as far as I'm aware, a whole ton of money for one doll, when the chances are they probably want all of them. Anyway, these dolls and these lines are really iconic, and to me they're iconic because now they've come out with a second wave. I cannot wait to see what they're going to come out with for wave 3, if they do, and I hope they do. There are inserts here, so this obviously is tissue paper. It's really nicely packaged. This is an insert that comes out, but what I've noticed with all the fashionistas, and I have all of wave 1 and I have a few others of wave 1 as duplicates for body types to head swap with certain fashionistas and things, but those inserts for this line, for the BMR line, wave 1, wave 2, what we're seeing is a correlation in iconic design. What I mean by that is they're all following suit with the same kind of boxes, and the inserts are the backdrop colours of primary colours, I believe. They pretty much all look like primary colours: blue, yellow, red and green. We are seeing some variation here though, in this one. If you have blue, yellow, red and green, you've got orange, purple, pink, so that's a nice variation. I haven't really seen that before in the BMR line, so as far as I'm concerned, for me and my first doll from the wave 2, that's the first time I'm actually seeing that. There's a crop top underneath this mesh top as well, I believe, and it fabrics are really nice. They feel very, very nice. Good quality. Doesn't feel cheap at all. Really good. And there's also a stand here. Now these stands are phenomenal, and they're needed for the made to move bodies because they have a certain weight to them. And unlike any other usual Barbie stand that you would get now in a Secretary line, these actually hold the doll very well in terms of, because of their weight, it's distributed really good on stand, so you don't really need to worry about the stand falling over or anything. It does support them rather well. The only thing I would suggest is that the clip that you get at the back to put onto the stand that holds the weight of the doll, be really careful with that, because I have snapped quite a few of them simply because they need to go on a specific way around the waist. They can't just really clip on all the time, so do beware of that. And I've tried super glue to fix them, and it's usually kind of temporary because once they've snapped, they don't really go back together very well. So what we're going to do is take her out of the box, and we're going to take a closer look. We're going to discuss more on this line, my thoughts, and then hopefully if you guys watch this video you can give a comment down below. So let's get her unboxed and see what she is all about. So on the packaging, I have unboxed her, and as I've shown you before, this is the insert here. So when we go behind, this is how you would unbox her. So certificate of authenticity, it's all on the back. Now as far as I'm aware, this is just like, yeah, it's just paper, not high quality card or anything like that. I know that in previous years in certain vintage lines that have been brought out before 2000 or whatever, you would have quite a good authenticity card certificate, and now they're just printing them straight off the press, putting them in, and that's it. Doesn't make it any less valuable, but it would still be nice to have something that was a little bit of a better quality. I'm just saying. It says Barbie BMR1959 doll, certificate of authenticity on the back is like a watermark. This certifies that your Barbie BMR1959 doll was created through the collaborative efforts of designers and artists at Mattel. Barbie signature black label. Real cool. And just some GNC 480970/DOM. I don't know what that means. So we're gonna try to unbox this as best I can on camera. Please forgive me if it's not the best unboxing. It's not something that I have ever really done before, and I think if I've tried to do this for a video, I've pretty much failed. So I'm just gonna try and do this as best I can, because I'm holding this iPad here, which is a 12.9 iPad Pro. You know, quite a heavy iPad. We're not talking an iPad Air here, so please do bear with me. So when you move that along there, you can actually take it right off. And then what I like to do with this is just keep it with the sellotape on. So keep the sellotape on here, and then try and bend it round so that it just keeps its shape. I don't think that's going to happen this time, but yeah, I have a folder where I keep all of those in, because it's nice to look back and see the Barbies that I have that are signature or limited edition, different things like that. So let's pop this one to one side here. Now, as I was saying, there's not a lot of plastic on this, so it's really good in terms of unboxing. It's particularly easy. So I like to use a X-Acto knife and just go about doing this the right way. So how I go about this is just fold these inserts on the inside, push them in, fold this on the inside, that way, on the inside, not the outside, the inside, towards the innards. Push this in. Okay, once you've pushed it in, it's ready to be taken out of the box. Again, push this in. See, some of her hair's poking out the back a little bit, so you want to be a little bit careful. Push this in, to the inside. I managed to do that, but I couldn't pull it up and pull it in. You can if you really wanted to patiently do it, but I'm not going to rebox this doll. For the ties, you just want to grab the fabric and pull. If you're not experienced at this, use the X-Acto knife or use scissors, but you just grab it and pull. And then that's it. She's completely free from the box. So that was pretty easy to do. Now for the back, they always have these on there. Now people complain the world down about these, and they're the easiest things to remove, and I'm going to show you how I remove these. Okay, so I remove them with something called pliers. Just some good old-fashioned pliers. So what I do is I take these, okay, and then I just remove them like that. So I'm going to try and set this down so that you can actually see what I'm talking about, because if I don't, you're not going to be able to see exactly what I mean. So this is going to be difficult. This is the first time of me doing this on camera. I'm trying to balance this iPad and do this all at the same time. So it's not the easiest thing in the world, but let's give it a go and see what happens. So we're taking the pliers here, we're putting it on to the tag. We are supporting the front and the back with our fingers. We are holding lightly but firmly, and we're just moving that right off there. So as you can see, that's completely removed the tag entirely. If you cut the tag, you can still do this, but it's going to make it so much more difficult because you're going to give the pliers less grip. You're only going to be able to grip onto that little strand, not the actual tag itself. So once more, I'm going to try and show you this. So I'm going to hold on to this iPad with my arms as tightly as I can, and we're just going to pull it. So hopefully you can see what I'm talking about there. Now, don't think that entirely came out the best way. I'm going to try and do this once more. So yeah, there you go. I think that actually detached the hat. Kind of did. So is there any left in there? No, I think we've got it. I think if there was anything, it's inside the head, so you can't feel it on there at all, which is nice. So it's only detached the back of the hat and the side, unfortunately. But it's still kept it's still on here on that tag, so I'm just going to keep that there for review purposes just now. You can see her face, she's beautiful, so nice. Right, so let me just go over this doll. We're going to take all of this stuff off her here. Now, the thing I must admit is they don't come with much accessories apart from that hat and her shoes and stuff. There's not like any bags or anything like that with them. To be honest, it doesn't bother me at all. I'd rather have a nice pair of boots than have a handbag. Because, just being honest, I don't think Mattel's handbags for dolls are like the best anyway, so that does not bother me. These tags here, again, you just have to be really careful and they'll undo like that. Same with this one. I'll show you this one again. Now this is for anyone who's never unboxed the BMR before. If you know what the hell you're doing and you've done this and you're a pro like me, then you want to just skip right past this and go straight to the rest of the video. But for those of you who don't know, then you might find this useful. And there you go. Is there anything at the bottom of her feet? No, that's her completely released. Yeah, she's completely released now. So let's move all these paper tags and all that stuff away. Move the pliers away. And here we go. So here she is. Right, so we're going to talk about her fashion, so we're going to talk about a lot of these things. Now her hair is nice length, it's not too long, it's really perfect. And imagine when you take these out, because you're going to have super wavy hair. But I think I'm going to leave them in, because they're just so cute right now. So yeah, here she is. Now, the fashions. Okay, so let's just sit her up here. We're going to sit her up and she's going to sit like that, have a little bit of attitude. There we go. So, okay, so the tops of her fashions really, God, I hate these things in the way. The top of her fashions, okay, they are 90s hip hop inspired. Think LL Cool J, think Salt and Pepper, kind of that kind of vibe. The mesh top, definitely 90s, definitely. Same with the hat too. So they've combined like those elements of the 80s and the 90s and 2000s kind of all together. That's the way that I see it. It looks really good. Now we look underneath here. She has a crop top, just cool. You can put that with many different things, and the feel of the cotton is lovely. It's really, really soft. This is also really soft as well. When I first seen this on YouTube reviews, I actually thought the top would be really, you know, look cool, but I thought that maybe it would feel really polyester, but it doesn't at all. It feels nice and soft, cotton material. I don't know if it is cotton, but it feels cotton. It feels really nice. And our joggers are at the back, and they are an elasticated waist. So for me, I would wear this outfit because I love an elasticated waist and I do like to feel comfortable, so especially in casual days. So yeah, she's really awesome. We have the complete points of articulation in the foot and the knee, so we'll go into there in a bit more detail. Yeah, she looks really cool, and this doesn't have any velcro in the back either, which is nice, so you can just completely pop that right over her head. This hat keeps getting in the way. I really do want to take the hat off though and undo her hair and see exactly what she looks like, and I might do this for that review. But just now I want to really just enjoy her, how she is at the moment. If you want to see updated posts, check out my Instagram. I'm going to link that in this video and certainly down below so that you can see. She can totally do it like a Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal thing there. She could get away with that. She's awesome. So let me just undress her and we'll see exactly what she's about when she's undressed, and I'll show you what the body type looks like and everything. As far as I'm aware, she's a normal Barbie body type. She's the normal one. She's not petite, she's not tall, she's not curvy. She's just the new version of the normal body type. So now she is completely undressed and I can show you what she looks like here. So this is her. It's a normal body type, beautiful skin tone. They do have smaller heads, so they have heads the size of Barbies that would have Model Muse body shapes, and that's part of their signature line. So for playline dolls like fashionistas, sometimes you would get like a Kira face mold and their face would be the size of hers in terms of being smaller, but usually in playlines like fashionistas, their faces are bigger. So that's one thing to be aware of when you're buying fashionistas and you're doing a head swap. It doesn't look silly, it doesn't look out in proportion, but you know, if you want it to be the same across the line, then there is going to be slightly disproportionate in playline dolls and signature dolls in the shapes of their heads. Their feet are also kind of small, but when they've got shoes on, that doesn't really bother me a lot. Shout out to Two Hunky Toys. I know that that's his thing and he hates how small their feet are. However, if you buy a tall fashionista, their feet are slightly bigger. Okay, and I would love Two Hunky Toys. Two Hunky Toys, if you're watching this, can you please buy one of these BMR dolls? I would love to see what your opinion is of them and their fashions. His videos are awesome. I really do like him as a person from what I see in the videos, and I do like all the toys that he likes to collect. His personality is awesome, and the way he shoots his videos are really cool as well, so shout out to him. And if you haven't watched his videos, you should, and you should also subscribe to his channel, and if you can, subscribe to mine. That would be really fun. So yeah, we can see this now. So their points of articulation is they have articulation here, so that their arms can move. They've got joints here, they've got joints there, the elbow, joints at the torso, so they can go up and down. They can go out, they can rotate their legs. The only thing I would say though is that they do need a bit of movement, as in you do need to warm them up a little bit in terms of play, so you need to like continue to use them in terms of that, so that their joints will ease up more and become easily malleable. Their knee can completely go back like that. It's the most awesome thing ever. So yeah, they're really, really cool. Closer look at the fashions. Elasticated waist. Don't know if a curvy would fit them. I think that would be a wee bit too small. I'm not a big fan of the curvy body either. The normal body type is my favourite. I like the tall, but they are slightly more, they're not as defined in the waist. The crop top's nice. Again, there's no velcro in the back, it's pull off, so no velcro, no velcro, no velcro, no velcro anywhere on this doll. I like that. It's easy to play with, it's easy to get on and off the doll, which is good. And of course these boots on the back, they are slip-ons, so they're easy to pop onto the doll. So you'll see what I mean. When you put those boots on the doll, it's very easy to do. So I'm trying to look at this on the iPad and also here, which is kind of difficult, so you just pop them on if I can. Oh god, this is so not easy doing this on camera. I'm going to have to lay this down. This is not easy at all. Easy in person, but not when you're doing it on camera. It's a different story altogether. So you just slide it in and you'll hear a click, or you'll feel something, and that's it. So you see what I mean? Once the shoes go on, the feet don't look that small. They look in proportion. Just depends what kind of shoes. The boots look better than certain shoes, but it just depends on your preference, really. So that is her. She's beautiful, she's gorgeous. Thanks for watching. I'm sure she's super happy that you guys took part in this video review, and until next time, we will see you later, and take care. Thank you. Ciao.